10 Poorest Towns in the UK. When most people picture Britain, they imagine quaint high streets, rolling countryside, and bustling city centres. But beyond the postcard scenes lies a different reality. Communities struggling with high unemployment, low wages, and limited opportunities. In this guide to the 10 poorest towns in the UK, we'll journey across England, Scotland, and Wales to uncover the stories behind the statistics. From once proud seaside resorts to industrial powerhouses now fallen quiet, these towns show how economic change has reshaped the map of British prosperity and resilience. Each has a tale worth telling, far richer than numbers alone. 10. Peterhead, Aberdeenshire, Scotland. Peterhead might boast Scotland's largest whitefish port, but life here isn't always smooth sailing. The Scottish Index of Multiple Deprivation places parts of the town, particularly around the harbour, in the country's most deprived 20%, with some neighbourhoods in the top 5%, worst for income and health. Fishing is still the backbone here, but volatile markets, rising costs, and export hurdles since Brexit have left many families facing financial uncertainty. Jobs can be seasonal, meaning winter brings not just cold weather, but leaner times. And yet, walk through Peterhead's busy fish market at dawn, and you'll find a community buzzing with hard work and humour. The rugged coastline, windswept beaches, and traditional granite houses add to its charm. While economic challenges remain, the people's resilience and their famous hospitality are an anchor in stormy waters. 9. Great Yarmouth, Norfolk. Once the jewel of Norfolk's holiday coast, Great Yarmouth was the place Londoners flocked to for sandy beaches and candy-floss summers. But the decline of traditional seaside holidays, combined with the collapse of its fishing fleet, hit the local economy hard. Today, several neighbourhoods fall within England's most deprived 10%, with high unemployment and low average wages. Many jobs are seasonal, and affordable housing is in short supply. Still, Great Yarmouth isn't without its magic. The Golden Mile is alive with amusements, fish and chip shops, and arcades. The town is also reinventing itself through offshore wind energy and heritage tourism. Locals are proud of their maritime history, and every summer the annual Maritime Festival celebrates the ships, sailors, and stories that built Yarmouth. 8. Grimsby, Lincolnshire. Grimsby's story is one of boom and bust. In its heyday, it was one of the busiest fishing ports in the world, with thousands employed on trawlers and in fish processing. But the 1970s cod wars and changing fishing quotas brought that golden era to an abrupt halt. Today, East Marsh, one of Grimsby's neighbourhoods, is among Britain's worst benefits black spots, with over 40% of children living in low-income households. Unemployment and low educational attainment remain challenges. Yet, Grimsby is working on a comeback. It's becoming a hub for the offshore wind industry, creating new opportunities. The Casbah dockside area has been declared a heritage zone, attracting investment and artists. There's also a growing food culture here. After all, Grimsby's smoked fish is still famous across the UK. 7. Margate, Kent, Thanet District. Margate has enjoyed an image revival in recent years thanks to its artsy vibe, the Turner Contemporary Gallery, and a wave of vintage shops. But beneath the creative surface lies deep-rooted deprivation. Thanet is the most deprived local authority in Kent, and Margate's Cliftonville West is among England's most deprived wards. Jobs here are often seasonal and tied to tourism, meaning income can fluctuate wildly. Housing challenges are also prominent, with many low-quality rental properties and high homelessness rates. Still, Margate's spirit is infectious. The retro charm of Dreamland Amusement Park, the sandy beach, and a lively cafe culture make it a favorite for day trippers. Artists and young entrepreneurs are bringing fresh ideas, proving that creativity can be a powerful driver for change. 6. Burnley, Lancashire. Burnley's textile mills once clothed the world, but globalization and manufacturing decline left a void. Today, Burnley ranks among the most deprived towns in the northwest, with low average incomes and significant health inequalities. However, this is a town that punches above its weight in resilience. Affordable housing has attracted people priced out of larger cities, and regeneration projects are underway to improve transport links and public spaces. Burnley Football Club, known for its passionate fans, provides a sense of pride that unites the community. The surrounding countryside, including the nearby Pennines, offers a stunning backdrop, making Burnley a curious mix of industrial grit and natural beauty. 5. Rochdale, Greater Manchester. Rochdale, birthplace of the modern cooperative movement, has a proud industrial and political history. But in recent decades, it has struggled with poverty, housing quality, and unemployment. Around 35% of its wards rank among England's most deprived 10%. The town centre has faced retail decline, mirroring trends across the UK, but investment in infrastructure and culture aims to reverse this. Rochdale Town Hall, a Victorian Gothic masterpiece, is undergoing major restoration, and local markets are being revitalized. Community initiatives, from food banks to training programs, show that Rochdale's spirit of collective action is still alive. 4. Hartlepool, County Durham. Hartlepool's fortunes rose with shipbuilding and steelmaking, but as those industries collapsed, unemployment rose. Today, many of its neighbourhoods rank in England's bottom 10% for income and employment. And yet, Hartlepool is far from giving up. The marina has become a leisure hub, with cafes and apartments replacing old docks. The National Museum of the Royal Navy is a key tourist draw, and creative industries are slowly taking root. The town's history, blending maritime pride with working-class resilience, remains its foundation for renewal. 3. Hastings, East Sussex. Hastings has a rich past, from the Norman conquest to its Victorian seaside heyday, but modern-day Hastings faces a different battle. Coastal deprivation. Seasonal jobs, low wages, and a shortage of affordable housing have left parts of the town in England's most deprived 10%. Still, Hastings has heart. The old town is a warren of independent shops, pubs, and seafood stalls. Events like the Jack in the Green Festival and the Hastings Seafood and Wine Festival bring life to the streets. For many residents, the sense of community is stronger than any statistic. 2. Middlesbrough, North Yorkshire. Middlesbrough's skyline was once dominated by steelworks and industrial plants, but as these industries closed, the local economy struggled. Nearly half of its neighbourhoods are in the most deprived 10% in England. Health outcomes are poor, unemployment is above the national average, and educational attainment lags behind. But Middlesbrough is also home to Teesside University, a growing hub for digital and creative industries. Regeneration projects in the Boho Zone are attracting young professionals and tech businesses. The Riverside Stadium and Middlesbrough Football Club remain symbols of local pride, uniting people across generations. 1. Blackpool, Lancashire. Topping the list of the 10 poorest towns in the UK, Blackpool is a town of contrasts. It's Britain's most famous seaside resort, drawing millions with its tower, illuminations, and pleasure beach. But behind the tourist glitter are some of the toughest social and economic challenges in the country. Several wards rank in England's worst 1% for deprivation, with high unemployment, poor health, and some of the lowest life expectancy figures in the UK. Housing issues are widespread, with many old guest houses converted into low-cost rentals. Yet Blackpool's resilience is remarkable. From year-round events to efforts to diversify its economy beyond tourism, the town continues to fight for a brighter future. Its people, with their trademark humor and grit, are determined to prove that Blackpool is far more than a statistic. The 10 poorest towns in the UK highlight the uneven spread of wealth and opportunity across the nation. Each has its own challenges, but also its own strengths, be it heritage, community, or creativity. With investment and vision, these towns could one day swap deprivation rankings for prosperity lists. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.